Ranjana Yashoda Nandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jai Radha Madhava Kunj Bihari Jaya Radha Kunj Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Girivaradhari Jaya Girivaradhari Jaya Girivaradhari Jaya Girivaradhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Girivaradhari Jaya Girivaradhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Girivaradhari Jaya Girivaradhari Yashoda Nandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashoda Nandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radhe Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Govinda Jai Jai Gopal Jai Jai 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 Rata Jamana Hari Govinda 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 Jai Jai Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Nitai Gauranga Bala Nitai Gauranga Nitai Gauranga Bala Nitai Gauranga Nitai 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 Gauranga Nitai 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 Gauranga Jaya Sati Nandana 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 Gaura Hari Jaya Sati Nandana Gaura Hari Jaya Hari Jayam Vishnupada Paramahamsa Privadikacharya Ashtottara Sapatri Srimad His Divine Grace Avai Charanara Vinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki ISKCON Founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada Ki Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Prem Se Kaho Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Srila Prabhupada Ki Prabhupada Anuga Ki Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda Ki Nitai Gaur Premanande Shri Guru Ayyappan Ki Glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories, all glories, all glories to Shri Shri Guru Niranga, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, chapter Punishment and Reward of Kali, chapter 17 of Canto 1, text 38. You want to see in your phones, Canto 1, chapter 17, text 38. Sutavacha abhyarditastada tasmai sthanani kalaye dadau yutam panam striyah suna yatra dharmas chaturvidah. Can we repeat? Sutavacha abhyarditastada tasmai sthanani kalaye dadau Yutam panam striyah suna yatra adharmas chaturvidah Suta uvacha abhyartitastada tasmai Sthanani kalaye dadau Yutam panam striyah suna Yatra adharmas chaturvidah Suta uvacha abhyartitastada tasmai Sthanani kalaye dadau Yutam panam striyah suna Yatra adharmas chaturbhidah Everybody want to recite?
Abhyartitastada tasmai Sthanani kalaye dadau Yutam panam sriyastu suna Yatra dharmas chaturvidah Yutam panam sriyasuna Yatra dharmas chaturvidha Suta uvacha Abhyartitastada tasmai Sthanani kalaye dadau Yutam panam sriyasuna Yatra adharmas chaturvidah
Suta vacha Suta Goswami said Abhyartitah thus being petitioned Tada at that time Tasmai unto him Sthanani places Kalaye to the personality of Kali Dadau gave him permission Yutam gambling Panam drinking Striyah illicit association with women Suna animal slaughter Yatra wherever Adharmaha sinful activities Chatuhu vidaha four kinds of Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Translation Suta Goswami said Maharaja Parikshit thus being petitioned by the personality of Kali gave him permission to reside in places where gambling, drinking, prostitution and animal slaughter were performed. Purport: the basic principles of irreligiosity such as pride, prostitution, intoxication and falsehood counteract the four principles of religion, namely austerity, cleanliness, mercy and truthfulness. The personality of Kali was given permission to live in four places particularly mentioned by the king, namely the place of gambling, the place of prostitution, the place of drinking and the place of animal slaughter. Srila Jiva Goswami directs that drinking against the principles of scriptures, such as the Sautramani Yajna, associating with women outside marriage, and killing animals against the injunctions of scriptures are irreligious. In the Vedas, two different types of injunctions are there for the pravritas, or those who are engaged in material enjoyment, and for the nivritas, for those who are liberated from material bondage. The Vedic injunction for the pravritas is to gradually regulate their activities towards the path of liberation. Therefore, for those who are in the lowest stage of ignorance and who indulge in wine, women and flesh, drinking by performing Sautramani Yajna, association of women by marriage, and flesh eating by sacrifices are sometimes recommended. Such recommendations in the Vedic literature are meant for a particular class of men and not for all. But because they are injunctions of the Vedas for particular types of persons, such activities by the pravritas are not considered adharma. One man's food may be poison for others. Similarly, what is recommended for those in the mode of ignorance may be poison for those in the mode of goodness. Srila Jiva Goswami Prabhu therefore affirms that recommendations in the scriptures for a certain class of men are never to be considered adharma or irreligious. But such activities are factually adharma and they are never to be encouraged. Recommendations in the scriptures are not meant for the encouragement of such adharma, but for regulating the necessary adharma gradually towards the path of dharma. Following the footsteps of Maharaja Parikshit, it is the duty of all executive heads of states to see that the principles of religion, namely austerity, cleanliness, mercy, and truthfulness, are established in the state, and that the principles of irreligion, namely pride, illicit female association or prostitution, intoxication, and falsity are checked by all means. And to make the best use of a bad bargain, the personality of Kali may be transferred to places of gambling, drinking, prostitution, slaughterhouses, if there are any places like that. Those who are addicted to these irreligious habits may be regulated by the injunctions of the scripture. In no circumstances should they be encouraged by any state. In other words, the state should categorically stop all sorts of gambling, drinking, prostitution, and falsity. The state which wants to eradicate corruption by majority may introduce the principles of religion in the following manner. Number 1, 2 compulsory fasting days in a month, if not more, that is austerity. Even from the economic point of view, such 2 fasting days in the month in the state will save tons of food, and the system will also act very favorably on the general health of the citizens. Number 2, there must be compulsory marriage of young boys and girls attaining 24 years of age and 16 years of age respectively. There is no harm in co-education in the schools and colleges, provided the boys and girls are duly married. And in case there is any intimate connection between a male and a female student, they should be married properly without illicit relation. The Divorce Act is encouraging prostitution and this should be abolished. Number 3, the citizens of the state must give in charity up to 50% of their income for the purpose of creating a spiritual atmosphere in the state or in human society, both individually and collectively. They should preach the principles of Bhagavatam by A, Karma Yoga, of doing everything for the satisfaction of the Lord, B, regular hearing of the Srimad Bhagavatam from authorized persons or realized souls, C, chanting of the glories of the Lord congregationally at home or at places of worship, D, rendering all kinds of service to Bhagavatas engaged in preaching Srimad Bhagavatam, and E, residing in a place where the atmosphere is saturated with God consciousness. If the state is regulated by the above process, naturally there will be God consciousness everywhere. Gambling of all description, even speculative business enterprise, is considered to be degrading, and when gambling is encouraged in the state, there is a complete disappearance of truthfulness. Allowing young boys and girls to remain unmarried more than the above mentioned ages and licensing animal slaughterhouses of all descriptions should be at once prohibited. The flesh eaters may be allowed to take flesh as mentioned in the scriptures, and not otherwise. Intoxication of all description, even smoking cigarettes, chewing tobacco, or the drinking of tea must be prohibited. Om Tat Sat. Om Agyana Timrandasya Gyaranjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamakyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guruho Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagra Jatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vikantam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakam Vitamscha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhukale Shri Mate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Dinamani Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshacharini Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaurabhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. This is a section of the Bhagavatam very interesting, wherein personality of Kali Yuga is being seen slaughtering, beating up the legs of the bull and the cow and everything, all sorts of violence. And Parikshit Maharaj accosts him and threatens him that he will finish him and is ready to cut his head off. He was so powerful that he could address the personality of Kali and kill Kali. That was his power, his devotion, his dedication. He was leading the people of his kingdom, of the whole world. And he did not tolerate even a little bit of the interference of anything irreligious. So he directly went face to face with Kali and said, "Get the hell out of here, I'll kill you." And Kali, true to his own character and nature, immediately surrendered to Maharaj Parikshit, fell at his feet and said that God has created me also just like you. I also need a space somewhere. And since you are the king, you must be merciful to me. You must accommodate me. In this way, very smartly he put up an argument. And so Parikshit thought, okay, good argument. Now I have to cater to it. So he also very diplomatically, strategically said, you can stay in these places. Because these places don't exist in my kingdom. Because I am the ruler. Right? And you can say, try to stay in these places. Because these things are adharmic and I don't allow it. So go search for such a place in my place. You most probably won't find it. So Kali did another spin. He said that this is not enough because these places are not there in your place. Give me some other place. And then he gave him gold. He said wherever there is gold you can stay. And in this way, 5 places Kali stays in. Of course, now Kali Yuga is staying everywhere. There is bars everywhere. You turn around here, you will see. You'll go a chicken king, you will see. Recently opened up in Guruvayur by the Muslims. You take darshan and come and have chicken. So you have all sorts of things going on freely. You can't stop it. So these adharmic activities directly opposed to the pillars of dharma: austerity, truthfulness, cleanliness, and mercy. These are the 4 pillars of dharma. And when you do this type of activities, that the Kali rests there, they directly oppose the dharma. It's a very subtle things that happen. So although you say Hindu Dharma ki jai, Bharat Mata ki jai and all that, if you continue doing all these things, you don't have Dharma. You don't have Dharma. You know, India is beef export has increased by 14% in the past 10 years. Increased by 14%. Nobody talks about it. Nobody talks about it. You get a lot of revenue. Right? Everybody talks about something else. The big face. Because Kali is so subtle, so insidious. And although you profess to be greatly Hindu and Hindutva and that and this, he can enter you very subtly. So, therefore, you have to be led by a person like Maharaj Parikshit, who can beat the hell out of Kali. Kali can fall on his feet. Just imagine how powerful Maharaj Parikshit is. This is not to be seen like just an ordinary story. There is a practical application to it. If Prabhupada actually had the same plan, that's why he's giving the government should do the following in the future. Very boldly he says it. If you do this, Kali can be kept at bay. You chant the holy name and Harinam, Sankirtan and everything. You fast on Ekadashi at least, right? And then you keep away boys and girls and unnecessary association. Simple things he's telling, 1, 2, 3, 4. You will be able to keep Kali. Kali kalmasha nashanam natah paratara upaya sarvavedeshu drishyate. Kali kalmasha nashanam. If you chant Harekrishna, you can keep Kali away from you. You don't know actually how it is being kept away. You may not be knowing, but we don't know the mechanics and the workings of this world so well. But you may, without knowing, do chanting of the holy name, but amazing things are happening. You are under great protection, which also you may not know. Simply do it. Simply do it. And you get protected. This is the power of the holy name. That's being recommended here by Prabhupada. That the same thing that Parikshit did by protecting the whole country can be done if you follow a pure devotee. Under his instructions you chant Hare Krishna and you do Harinam Sankirtan. You read the Bhagavatam and the Bhagavad Gita and your lifestyle will change and you will see Kali cannot get inside. This is a very powerful crafting of a lifestyle for people inside Kali Yuga that Kali cannot achieve. It's a very amazing thing. You are inside the material world, inside where Kali has got very strong hold. And within that, you can be free from the influence of Kali. Kali Kalmasha Nashanam. How? Because of the crafting of a pure devotee using Harinama Sankirtan, the Bhagavat and everything. So this is what Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada has done. He's crafted an institution and the followers in there follow these things and they remain away from the influence of Kali. You must know what it means to you. And what it means to you, it's affording the greatest of protection. And you, unbeknownst to you, you may not even know it, how you're being protected. And you don't have to. You will actually be freed and you can feel the lightness, chanting, associating, hearing about Krishna and being very nicely placed. Prabhupada wrote a letter to a devotee. The power of a pure devotee should be understood. Parikshit Maharaj is one such person. Wherever there is pure devotion, where there is a pure devotee, Kali will not come near. You see the story of Ajamila, you must have heard the story of Ajamila, very popular. In the conversation between the Yamadutas and Vishnudutas, obviously the Yamadutas felt very inferior, looking at the form of the Vishnudutas. They looked so brilliant, wonderful, very handsome and very beautiful looking. The Yamadutas were looking very funny actually, according to our own standards. But in Yamaduta standards, they may be looking very nice. But our own standards, because they don't have the nose in the proper place, the eyes in the proper place. It's a little off, it's not symmetrical. It's off here, there, all sorts of things. It look very ugly, actually. Very fierce, very scary, monstrous. So they looked at Vishnu and said, my gosh, you look very beautiful, very nice, much better than our loka that we have. But the worst thing came not about looks. The worst thing came when they just chopped off the ropes of the Yamaduta. And they were so superior, so cultured and so sophisticated that they naturally felt very inferior. And they cut off and they said, no, how can you do this? And then the Yashoda said, why can't we do it? This man has chanted the name of Narayana. No more sins on him. His record is wiped out. Now how can you do that? You know where we come from, we are Yamarajas now. So go back to Yamaraja and find out from him. Before that they had a conversation and the Vishnudutas asked them, so what is Dharma, tell me? And they said Dharma means whatever is mentioned in the Vedic scriptures, because Vedic scriptures are directly written by Narayana. Vedo Narayana Sakshat, like this we have heard. So they said, they smiled and they said that, so go and consult Yamaraj now. We don't even have time to talk to you. You can go and speak, he'll tell you what is what. And when they went to Yamaraj running, scammering, and they said, what happened? In your domain, I never knew there were other people and all, what's happening. And they told him this is what happened. They said, no, don't go near people who chant Harekrishna. He told them. And then Prabhupada quotes a sloka from the Skanda Purana there. I don't know whether it's there or elsewhere. Anybody who is wearing a kantimala, anybody who's got a tilak on his forehead, just get the hell out of here, don't go near his face. And so it's mentioned in the Skanda Purana that when they see such people, the Yamadutas spin like dry leaves in a breeze, they spin and just get dispersed. They just get dispersed like that. So this is the power of the holy name. He may be somebody who is not very paka, but he is chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Yamadutas don't come near you. Don't come near you. The holy name is so powerful and the words of a pure devotee are so powerful. So irreligion in Kali Yuga and all is best handled by the Harinama Sankirtan and the instructions of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He is meant for this. It's not that you should become complicated with that karmas and this dharmas and do this and that and everything and the whole complex thing mentioned in the karma kanda and the jnana kanda and all that. Life will become very complicated and you will not get any result. So a lot of the Hinduism that is prevalent is confused. It's mixed with all these things. First of all, not meant for Kali Yuga. It may be correct in the form of coming from the Vedic scripture. But for Kali Yuga, it doesn't work so easily. Right? So you must follow what is crafted according to the scriptures for Kali Yuga by a powerful Acharya. Let's do this. You will be protected. See, in Prabhupada's pastime, you will see that one devotee, Prabhupada's disciple, I think he was a sannyasi, a westerner, and he was very fired up by Prabhupada and all that. But one fine day, as things were going on, he fell off from his sannyas position, went behind some lady, and then he felt very bad that how can I show my face now to Prabhupada? He completely disappeared, feeling very guilty. But he was a nice devotee. It just this fall down happened to him. And so he disappeared. And Prabhupada asked about him, where is he? And they said that he just, went behind some lady and ran away. But Prabhupada did not like it very much also. He felt bad. But where is he? I want to see him. So this message went to him somehow. So he wrote to Prabhupada a letter in where he said that Prabhupada, what to do, Maya is very powerful. And I was attacked by Maya and I had to be like this. Prabhupada wrote back to him, I'm very happy that you wrote this note, thank you very much. I'm very concerned about you. You're my disciple. you should have told me, you should have consulted with me, and I would have told you what to do, how to do, in this and all that. Then suddenly he turns and becomes heavy. He says, what you say that Maya is very powerful and therefore you succumbed. But you never consulted me. With one kick of mine, I know how to throw that Maya away and protect you. But you did not consult me. So bold letter it was. I was with him, how is it possible? The Pope was writing, with one kick of mine, I know how to throw that Maya away and protect you. But you did not consult me. So the real Maya is you, not Maya. It's you. So a pure devotee crafting the Krishna consciousness practice and asking you to follow is the best security. It's the best security. It's in keeping with all the parampara, what all they mentioned, all the great acharyas, in keeping with what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told us to do. And we are very safe doing that. So that's why we follow that. So Prabhupada is the acharya for the Kali Yuga age, for the golden age, and the incarnation of the Lord is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The process is the chanting of the holy name. Don't have to worry about all complicated other things. Do that homa, this yajna, go to this temple, do that archana, listen to this jyotisha and do that, what is it, Mrityunjaya homam you do, your son. Horoscope is very bad. Mrityunjaya homa you do and the fear of death will go. What? He's saying that there's a good chance you will die. But if you do Mrityunjaya homa, you may extend your life. All sorts of funny things they'll tell you. You do Mrityunjaya homa, after that the man is dead. He's collected, so many lakhs of rupees from you. And then when you go to him and ask, but what to do, that this graha is more powerful than this. We did our best, but then what to do, this happened. Like that. So actually, none of these things work very well in Kali Yuga, even otherwise. But the chanting of the holy name will give you protection and allow you to perform pure devotional service, which is the greatest wealth and the greatest weapon you have against Kali. That's why in that the highlight is chanting of the holy name. Kalakshepo na kartavya kshiramayu kshane kshane yamasya karuna nasti kartavyam harikirtanam. A very nice shloka that says that time is going on. Kalakshepo na kshinam ayu kshane kshane. Ayu means your lifetime. It's kshane kshane is reducing. Moment to moment is reducing. Your ayush, your lifetime. Yamasya karuna nasti, and Yamaraj has no mercy. He doesn't extend your time and all that. He sends his people at the right time and pulls you out of the body. Yamasya karuna nasti, kartavyam hari kirtanam. Therefore your duty is to glorify Hari. Simply you do that, and you will see wonderful things will happen to you. If you read the Bhagavatam, you will have this beautiful story of Markandeya Rishi. Lord Shiva and Uma come to visit him, seeing that he is such a wonderful devotee. And when they descend on him, he is asked by Lord Shiva, ask me for a boon, I am very pleased with you. And amazing boon Markandeya Rishi asks. This same Markandeya Rishi who asks this boon, he tells him that I know that you can give all sorts of boons. Whatever a person desires, you give. Because in history you can see Lord Shiva gives boons to so many. Sometimes he gets stuck by the boons he gives also. So he knows that. So he says that, but I want to be a devotee of Achyuta like you. That is the boon I want from. Tatpareshu tatatvayi. But if you look at the history of Markandeya, in his younger days, He was a special kid born to his parents who never had children. They did a special tapasya and everything and got Markandeya Rishi. Markandeya on one condition, that he will pass away very early. By the time he's a teenager, that's it. So they had a good time, parents and Markandeya together. And the time came for him to pass away. So all the parents could do was to pray to the Lord. They prayed to Lord Shiva. And they told Markandeya also to simply pray to Shiva. He will protect you. So at the right time when Yamaduta came, Lord Shiva himself came, Lord Shiva himself came with the Yamadutas. Markandeya was hugging the Shivalinga and asking Lord Shiva to protect him. Because I like my parents so much, I want to be with my parents, I want to protect them, I want to look after them. And the parents also very much desire this. So it is mentioned that Lord Shiva told him, take your hands off Shivalinga. Stop hugging the Shivalinga. But Markandeya did not do that. He just went and embraced the Shivalinga. So after waiting for some time, the noose that they had, the Yamadutas, was cast along with Shivalinga and Markandeya together. And he was pulled. Lord Shiva got very angry. He rose out from there, the Shivalinga. And then one story mentions that he just chopped off Yamaraj. And the other says that Yamaraj immediately fell at the feet of Lord Shiva and said, I'm very sorry. Who are you putting the noose on? Who do you think you're putting the noose on? I can understand you put the noose on, you put the noose on him. He may be hugging me, so what? You put the noose on him. But you put the noose on me also. You know what will happen. So he fell down and then he said, you get excused only if you do lifelong. They say he will not die. He should not die. This way Markandeya became a Chiranjeevi. You will see that for so many births and sudden births or something he will not die. That Markandeya Rishi who got the help of Lord Shiva and was saved and became a Chiranjeevi, became a devotee of Vishnu and became a complete devotee and saw Krishna in the Pralaya waters on a leaf. It's a very famous pastime of him. Seeing him sucking his feet, very beautiful form of the Lord he saw by the arrangement of the Lord. Because when the Lord asked him, what do you want? He said, I want to see your Maya feature. So he said, okay, go. He was thrown into the Pralaya and for many years he was just swimming around, fatigued and exhausted, and then the Lord came and showed him this form and he became consumed by the Lord inside. It's all described very nicely in the Bhagavad. But the point here is, when he was asked, this is the history of Markandeya. He became a Shiva devotee, from there he becomes a Vishnu devotee, and then Shiva comes and accosts him and he tells, I want to be a devotee with you. I want to be a devotee of Krishna like you. This is the boon you must give me. And Lord Shiva becomes very pleased with the children. Markandeya blesses him and says, so be it. May you get the mercy of the Lord. So, achieving Krishna consciousness, perfection. That same perfection with Markandeya Rishi got through a long period of time is possible just by chanting Harekrishna, Harekrishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Many times, mostly we don't know the value. We don't know the value. But even if you did not know the value and you chant, the holy name is very, very merciful. It gives you the necessary benefit. Sanketyam parihasam stobam helanam evacha vaikuntanama grihanam asheshada haram viduhu. The Bhagavatam says that in jest, is that, oh, that was the Harekrishna verse, like that, you get benefit for it. Parihasa, if you do, look at this fellows, this Harekrishna fellows jumping and dancing on the street, so funny. They get benefit for that. Stobam helanam, Useless fellows, Harekrishna. Go get a job. What are you doing on the roadside chanting? And when you say he's getting benefit because he's telling Harekrishna. The holy name is so kind because it's Krishna himself. That even if you scold me, even if you speak ill of me, if you simply take the name Hare Krishna, whatever intention and mood you have doesn't matter, I'll benefit you. That's the way Krishna is. That's the mercy Krishna is giving Kali Yuga. So who can beat it? How can Kali Yuga beat this? Very difficult for Kali Yuga to beat this. The devotees, this is the only canto released those days. Because we are having opulence of reading the entire Bhagavatam. Few Bhagavatam volumes only were released at that time. The devotees read this and Prabhupada explained this and they did a drama for Prabhupada, in which they showed all this Kali's, Dutam, Panam, Suna and all those things happening in Kali Yuga. And then they showed a scene where devotees are coming doing Harinam Sankirtan. And Kali person goes, and he can't stand it. And he's running. He's running away from the place. He can't hear the holy name. So he's taking all these fellows, all his agents and running away. They showed that in the drama. Prabhupada became very thrilled. He got up and he said, Haribol. He became very happy to hear that Kali is running because of the holy name. He was very happy to see that. Because, like he said, with one kick of mine I will set it right for you. Prabhupada was very confident. If you chant the holy name, if you do this, read the Bhagavad, if you remain devotional towards Krishna, nobody can touch you. Nobody can touch you. In fact, he went ahead and said, this movement nobody can destroy. The only way this movement can be destroyed is from inside, by people from inside. So there's no way Kali himself can destroy this movement. But you can do it. From inside, you can do it by not chanting Hare Krishna, by not doing what I told you to do, and gradually the rot will stem in from inside. So for each one of us, Krishna is given everything for you to remain very happy, protected, and chant and serve Him and be very happy. Now if you don't do it, who can help you? Even God cannot help you. If you don't want that help that God is giving, what can I do? You're considered to be very, very, very unfortunate. Very unfortunate. So, the line of dharma is not difficult in Kali Yuga. And it's strategically placed, done by great acharyas. You simply have to follow it. And you'll be doing the greatest Vedic rite very simply, very easily. And you'll get the greatest success. So, actually speaking, devotees of Krishna doing Harinama Sankirtan chanting are not really very afraid of Kali Yuga. At the same time, they should be afraid of Kali Yuga. And they should do their prescription, follow the prescription properly. Okay? Om Tat Sat. That's 1 hour. We did Kirtan. We scared Kali away. Then we read the Srimad Bhagavatam also. And I'm keeping to the point. This is what the Bhagavatam Shloka is saying today. Any questions? Any comments? You're free to do anything.
Hare Krishna. We had some questions yesterday as well. So you can ask those questions today, either for the session or even outside if Maharaj allows.
Any question under the sun?
Maharaj, every word has a significance.
Yes.
So, we used to say Ram, Krishna and all. Now it has become Rama, Krishna and all. So, is that correct? Shouldn't we stick to the original scripture, whatever?
Better what the mantra is, is Rama and Krishna. Harekrishna, Harekrishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. There is a conversation of Prabhupada that somebody is leading Kirtan, Ramu, 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 and all that. And Prabhupada saying, Kirtan is very nice except for the Ramu. Prabhupada made a comment, except I don't agree with the Ramu. Leave it like Rama, what it's supposed to be. So, it's better we chant exactly as it is given to us, without tweaking it and taking or assuming a privilege and a license to do anything with the sound of the holy name. Speak it as it is, chant it as it is. That's always better. Sometimes people are not able to chant. In the early days, I used to see an African devotee very interested. Can I do the R? Ra, ra. So he was saying, Hayyam, Hayyam, Ram, Ram, Hayyam, Hare Krishna. And I was wondering, Prabhu, I think you must be chanting Ra. He said, I can't do it. I'm not able to do it. Sometimes people can't, but that's okay. I have seen a deaf and dumb devotee chanting Hare Krishna in his mind. Amazing devotee. He did so much of preaching in the deaf and dumb thing and made a whole book on sign language speaking the Bhagavad Gita. What an amazing devotee he was. Ananta Vasudev, his name was, in Bombay. And slowly he started speaking after some time. I don't know whether he was fully speaking. The voice started coming out of him. Hare Krishna, he was, in the morning he was sit for chanting and I felt like crying, pathetic. There's such faith in the holy name. Lucky we all have voices. They have nose in the right place and eyes in the right place. And we can open our mouth and chant. Right? We should do it. Who knows? And when I saw him chanting, I thought, my gosh, I better chant like nothing, like hell I should chant. Right? Watching him, everybody got inspired by watching him chant. He would sit for 2 hours and chant the holy name. You can't hear a sound from coming from him. He's chanting in the mind. He's chanting in the mind. I was so moved. And he was so fired up. So we should take the opportunity of human life to chant. At least we are 100% human in the sense that all our senses are alive and kicking. Should we? We should. Even if you did not do it very well, doesn't matter. Yeah, any other question or comment?
Comparatively, I'm very new to understanding this.
Me too.
Maharaj, actually, it happens sometimes when you just are walking on this path, then you do get some confrontation from other sectors. So when that happens, so I think the PSL Guru was reaching to academic construction. So there Chaitanya Prabhu, he suggested that anger is something which comes naturally to you, and he only got angry when there was some somebody hit the devotees in the time and Madhuri Prabhu. So when the confrontation is there, I mean, although I'm very new, so should we like accept it? And the second part of the question is with respect to duality, like okay, we all accept that Krishna is supreme, but on this material world, in this material world, there is a concept probably in the Mayavadis that since Guru is also there and a devotee is also there, then by this bifurcation, like because all are equal in God's eyes, so by this hierarchy of Guru and devotee, so these two questions.
So let me take the first question, was what to do in a confrontation. Should we take part in it or not? Well, It's always good to avoid, especially when you're in our beginning stages, like you said, and you. So, why don't you keep yourself comfortable in Krishna consciousness? It's a confrontation that you can't handle, and you have to risk your faith and risk your Krishna consciousness, which is very precious. Don't do it, because it's very valuable for you to be Krishna conscious. So the confrontation may come, may go and all that. What are you going to get out of it if you win it in any way? At the most you win an argument or you something. So better to, as much as possible, keep away. Especially when you are not capable of handling it and coming to a solution or something like that. Unless you are drawn into it by force and you have to face it, if something is at stake there, then you must depend on Krishna and try to solve it as peacefully as possible with all your control of your mind and your senses, depending on Krishna. That's the next thing. And if you tip off and you're not able to do that, then there will be consequences for that. Because I'm not a very advanced devotee. So I have material consequences which I have to suffer. So it's better to avoid, to wait very intelligently and avoid. Preserve my Krishna consciousness. I'm not so strong enough to do this. So, sorry. I'm not going to gain anything great. I don't mind giving in my false ego. Instead of saying I am right and everything, it's okay, you're right. Leave me alone, because I have something more precious to do. Spend the time chanting Harekrishna instead of arguing with you. You should be wise. The devotee should be intelligent. Look after yourself. You should look after your own special life and make wise choices how to spend your time and energy.